Joining us now on the line, Force and Sully. You know him as the Green Men of Vancouver. Welcome to Puck Daddy Radio, boys. And boy, what a great weekend for you. A national stage for your unique brand of whimsy.
Gentlemen, thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
You have ventured into prop comedy in a way that I think few of us have seen. Can you give us a rundown of the different props and different taunts that you had against the Leafs this weekend?
Yeah, the Leafs. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Sully.
Oh no, okay. This is confusing. We had some waffles. We thought that was pretty good. We had to make fun of you guys, your draft pick situation in Toronto, and also we decided to throw out the naughty list. We broke out the Santa hat and threw down the naughty list.
Amazing.
The waffles were really, really inspired. Can you tell now? Is this the first time, Sully, that you've actually thrown something at the penalty box glass?
Well, aside from our junk, we've never really thrown anything at the glass. So that was kind of new. It was kind of cool. We were making fun of the whole waffle situation a couple weeks back at the ACC, but the part that sucked about it is that we looked down and there's 48 wasted waffles on the ground. And, I love waffles. I don't know about you guys, so we kind of wasted them that way, but I think it worked out pretty well.
We're speaking of the Green Men. You see them at the penalty box in Vancouver just mocking the shit out of everyone in the box, and it's just hilarious. Guys, here's my question. As Greg said, you're getting into the prop comedy and using a lot of props, but when I look at your suits, I don't see any pockets. How the hell are you guys getting this stuff into the arena without pockets? We'll start with you, Force.
Yeah, people wanted to know where those waffles were hidden, but you know what? The guys down at Rogers Arena are pretty cool about letting us bring a backpack or two in and carrying some stuff. And with the props, we just actually got back from Vegas, so maybe it's a little Carrot Top inspired,
See, I thought that maybe like when you had the Vince Vaughn cutout the other time, that maybe you guys put that inside of a condom and one of you swallowed it like a drug mule.
Yeah, something similar to that, Incidentally, I don't know if you guys have heard the story, but apparently Vince Vaughn, not a fan of that. He was not pleased.
How'd you find that out?
Do tell.
We were down in the seats, and someone ran down right after we put that sign up, and he runs down and goes, "I'm a friend with Vince Vaughn. He's not happy. He wants that sign out of Rogers Arena right now." We're like, "What?" He's like, "I will give you money for it right now." So we ended up selling the sign to some guy who's friends with Vince Vaughn, because Vince Vaughn was a little pissed back in Chicago.
Can you tell us how much you got?
Oh,
we held out for $250. It was good. I think that's the only money we've ever made off this thing.
that's right, because that was against Chicago. I was Bufflin, right, in the box when you did that?
Yep.
Oh, that's so funny. Vince Vaughn was at GM Place during the Olympics, no less, too. We should have tried to create a summit between you guys to make sure that everything was going to be kosher when you pulled out the Vince Vaughn cutout during the playoffs. But what can you do? Hey, so Forrest, the Green Men's junk was mentioned earlier in the interview, and I have to ask the question: do you use it as a weapon? I remember the headstand against the Los Angeles Kings. I have to imagine that of all of your tricks, putting your bulge against the glass must be the most distracting thing for any NHL player.
Oh, I assume so. We've been told to some choice words for us, but I think Sully's probably the better one to ask because he is the one who does the handstand. I'm a little bit too hefty to pull that off, but Sully's the guy on that one.
Sully, about your junk, sir.
Say it again, sorry?
About your junk, sir.
About my junk, well, I usually, a lot of people, when they're walking the street, they try to hide their junk a little bit. That's not the case for Green Men. That's rule number one. You got to expose it. And because they're really, on that side of the glass, there's not a lot you can do to get into the player's head. You got to, you got desperate times call for desperate measures. And if you can whip your stuff around and smack the glass with it and disrupt, their mindset, that's really where you want to be. So that's rule number one of Green Men.
Smack the glass. There has to be something in the GM Place handbook about smacking your junk against the glass. There has to be something in there, a code of conduct of some sort.
You'd think there will be. Eventually they're going to come up with this rule. It's funny, every time we walk around the concourse, there's always one or two security guards say, all right, you know what, you guys got to watch it with the glass. You can't bang on the glass. And then, I'll throw the junk up there, or Forrest will jump up on the glass, and we'll leave the game afterwards. They'll go like, you know what? that was awesome. That was hilarious. I take back everything I said. And then they get a picture with us. So.
We're speaking of the Vancouver Green Men. I'm sure you've seen them many, many times on TV. Guys, it's kind of taken a life of its own. I mean, you guys started off just kind of heckling people, and now I notice you got, 4,000 Twitter followers. You've got your own Facebook page. People are always talking about you. When you do anything funny, it's in the paper. It's in highlights. I mean, do you guys really did you think it would get this big, or were you just two fans wanting to heckle people in the penalty box?
Oh, we were two fans thinking, it'd be super cool if we got on the Jumbotron once, and by the time we got home, we were on TSN, Sportsnet, National Highlights, and it just kind of blew up from there. And we've always said our goal is for the Canucks to win the Stanley Cup, and until that happens, our junk is going to have to disrupt a little bit of action.
Force, Sully, you're a credit to hockey. You're great North Americans, and we'll be sure to have you on the program once again. Force and Sully on Puck Daddy Radio here on the Score Sirius 98. Godspeed, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen,
for having us on.
Do it.
Wow. Never thought we'd talk that much about junk on Puck Daddy Radio.